Proverbs 5. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only, and he's an extremely jealous El. He's so jealous that he doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. And Yah is short for Yahweh, Yahweh, Yod-He, Vav-He. There's no difference. It's like saying Dan, Daniel, Daniel with an E. What does make a difference and what does matter is when people try to say that Phil, Bob, Aaron, and Sam are the same name. Because they're not, and no one in their right mind would believe that. And anyone who thinks that you can force YahWeh to do something is very foolish. Very foolish. They have not read the Bible. They think, well, I just got no words for you except for read the Bible. Actually read it for yourself. The letter J is about 600 years old, and the son of Elohim, Yehoshua, had died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity over 2,000 years ago. In a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Yehoshua is Joshua, and I strongly believe that the son of Elohim's name, Yehoshua, means that Yahweh is salvation. And there was no letter J in the Hebrew, Greek, or Aramaic texts, and it's less than 600 years old. So there's no way that something happened over 2,000 years ago is somehow changeable today. The Bible says if you take anything out of this book, your name will be taken out of the book of life. And anything you add to it, plagues will be added to you. Don't mess with the word. People do it anyways. They don't care. They don't listen. They don't read. They just do. And make up their own version like King James. You know why it's called King James's version? Because it's King James's version. What he wanted it to be. I've done a lot of looking into that. A lot of it's like brutally changed. It's disgusting. It's like looking at pre-puked up vomit. Like, what is that? Proverbs 5. My son, listen to my wisdom. Incline your ear to my understanding so as to watch over discretion, and your lips guard knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drip honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lay hold of Sheol, Sheol. She does not consider the path of life. Her ways are unstable. You do not know it. So now listen to me, you children, and do not turn away from the words of my mouth. Keep your way far from her, and do not come near the door of her house, lest you give your splendor to others, and your years to one who is cruel. Lest strangers be filled with your strength, and your labors go to the house of a foreigner. Then you shall howl in your later end when your flesh and your body are consumed, and shall say, how I have hated discipline, and my heart has desired reproof, and I have not heeded the voice of my teachers, and I have not inclined my ear to those who instructed me. In a little while I was in all evil, in the midst of an assembly and a congregation. Drink water from your own cistern, and running water from your own well. Should your springs be scattered abroad, rivers of water in the streets? Should your springs be scattered abroad, rivers of water in the streets? Let them be only your own, and not for strangers with you. Let your foundation be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of your youth. A loving deer and a pleasant doe, let her nipples satisfy you at all times, and be captivated by her love always. For why should you, my son, be captivated by a strange woman and embrace the bosom of a foreigner? For the ways of man are before the eyes of Yahweh, and he considers all his paths. The wrong one is entrapped in his own crookednesses, and he is caught in the cords of his sin. He dies for lack of discipline, and in the greatness of his folly he goes astray. Now it says foreigner, it's not talking about like they wanted you to marry into the like knowing Yahweh. You're with someone who knows Yahweh so that you're able to stay within that and keep within that. And they didn't want them to just go off and marry people who weren't for Yahweh, because it obviously creates problems. Clearly, if you haven't listened or read the Bible, you really should, because it really does. And I think in some translations, instead of foreigner, it's Gentile. So it's just referred to those who are like not believers. In case anyone gets offended, they're talking about not believers. Okay, people who worship idols, 100% don't worship Yah at all. Foreigners. You have to you have to read the Bible to know what I'm saying, because it just sounds really offensive when I say it. And then I think that, oh wait, they don't know all this stuff. How would it really sound? Oh, oh, oh. Read the Bible. It was a good one.